Why are these grown adult teachers talking about their identity, their gender identity to students, to little kids? That is not their place. What are they talking about? It's bad enough that they're a grown adult out of college educated, and yet they're so confused they can't decide whether or not they are a boy or a girl. Guess what? There's two. There's two genders. That's all there are. Everything else is gobbledygook and nonsense. That's all it is. That is what it is. Any science to say otherwise is just some nonsense, like social science, some bullcrap theory that just came out of someone's rear end. You know what I'm talking about. But, you do you. If you want to identify as a motorcycle or as, I don't know, a bird, you do you. But you tell students that you identify that in a straight face. That makes me think, you might be a little crazy. And maybe you shouldn't be around kids because you're putting in crazy stuff, nonsense stuff into their head. Let's play this. Let's play this here because this is insane to me.
More wholesome stories about discussing my gender with my students. So I have one student who, ever since I explained to my students that I was non-binary.
First off, why are you even having that conversation? Why do you have to explain to your students that you're non-binary or a boy or a girl or a man or a woman? Like, what's going on there? Like, why are you having that conversation? That's a conversation you should probably have, like, with your therapist or maybe with your friend or maybe with your parents, someone else. But with kids, and this isn't the worst video out there. There's plenty of other ones with teachers talking about sexuality, about being gay or lesbian or bisexual or whatever to little kids. It's that conversation shouldn't be happening. What are we talking about? That's insane. Anyway.
It's been living in his head a little bit. I think that he is still confused and fascinated by it. It doesn't upset him, but it's something that, like, clearly he's, like, processing. Because
he's processing because he's confused. He sees you, and clearly you are a girl. Now, you're a girl that has, I could see some masculine features. I could see, like, your feminine features aren't as pronounced as other ladies. And see, that's the thing when it comes to gender. It's there is sometimes a blend. Some people have more masculine features. Some men have really tough, like, looking, like, jaw lines or whatever, broad shoulders, like really massive broad shoulders. Some guys, they build muscle easily, whatever. They're taller, they're bigger, they're stronger. Some guys are weak. Some guys are large. Some guys are just, large in a fat way. Some guys are just kind of, I don't know, maybe they don't really have the masculine traits. They're still men, though. They're still men. Like, what is between your legs? What is your No, we can't go that way because you guys will say, oh, we can modify that as if that changed your chromosomes, right? Okay. Hey, an inverted penis is not a vagina. It's still an inverted penis. It is a wound, okay? And your body will treat it as if it is a wound. It will try to fight it as if it is an infection. Dude, that's a whole other thing. If you want to explore that, it's crazy stuff. Anyway, going back to this teacher talking to a student, and the student confused about why she can't make a decision whether she's a boy or a girl. How old are you? How old is this teacher? 28? Can't be 28. There's no way she's 28 and hasn't figured out which one she is yet. You're a girl. Newsflash, you're a woman. Do you menstruate? You're a woman. There you go.
Because he'll ask me questions fairly often about it. So we are doing arts and crafts again. I guess arts and crafts is a good time to have conversations. Things are quiet. Kids are focused.
Arts and crafts? How old are these kids? You're talking about like first year, second year? Arts and crafts. You stop doing arts and crafts when you are like, dude, are we talking kindergarten? Are we talking kindergarten right here?
walking around checking on how they're doing. So he and his friend are sitting down and drawing. So I go up to their table, and he goes, "Teacher Rebecca, are you ever going to decide if you want to be a girl or a boy?"
See, boom, drop the mic. That kid knows what's up. That kid is probably the smartest kid in the room. Like, Rebecca, I'm tired of you talking to us like this. Can you just make a decision, please?
So I say, well, it's not really a decision like that. And I don't.
Oh, it very much is a decision like that. Choose one. Choose one.
You don't have to choose between one or the other. I already
There's people out there that say you don't have to choose to be human. You can identify as other kin too. They're a thing too. They go with the same logic that it's just a construct, all that nonsense. Like, no, do not give an inch. Do not give an inch to this, because they will take it, man. There's two. That is it.
figured out that I'm neither. Do I seem like a girl to you? Do I act like a girl?
You seem like a girl, and you do act like a girl. The fact that you're making this video, the fact that you're doing this, yes. You seem very, I see some feminine traits about you. Yes, I do.
And he said, you kind of act like a girl and a boy. And I say, would you prefer if I acted more like a girl?
I'm curious how she acts like a boy.
And he kind of paused, and he was like, I think if you acted like a girl, I would be less confused.
Amen. That kid, that kid needs to get an A for that. That kid passed the class. That kid needs to teach the class. What?
So I said, I understand that. I know that, I look like a girl, so
Because you are. Because you are.
it would be less confusing if I acted like one too. And I turn over to his friend and I say, what about you? Do you think I'm confusing?
Are you confusing? Yes. Very
And
confusing.
his friend just goes, no. I say, do you think that I'm a boy or a girl? No. Oh.
Okay, I'm thinking we're talking about kindergartners here. I think we're talking about kindergartners, and that one boy was the smartest one there. He's the one who's like surrounded by all these dumber kids. Like, oh my God, I cannot wait to get out of here. What he doesn't know is that the school system is going to indoctrinate him and pretty much drill it into him that he has to accept this stuff. Otherwise, he's a bad, horrible person. This is insane. Like this teacher seems like she's troubled by this. She hasn't made a decision yet. She doesn't know, which is a basic, simple decision. Look, just because you're a boy or a girl, a man or a woman, you could still have feminine traits or masculine traits or whatever. Okay. Jesus Christ.
What do you think I am? I think you're a boy and a girl.
Well, that student is a little confused too. And ignorant on the subject. Look at this. That teacher's so happy. Her delusion was in force. It was reinforced there.
And that gave me a certain amount of euphoria. Like, even though I don't identify as either a girl or a boy, I think...
You see why I say she needs a therapist. You see why I say what she's talking, the conversation she had with that kid is really more in line. It's more like something you would have a conversation with a therapist. Yeah, she could use it. She could definitely use the help. Guys, what do you think about this? I mean, dude, when it comes to gender, there's two. The whole construct thing, that's a product of social science. That's a product of gender theory or whatever. Okay, no, that's people thinking way too much, theorizing about some nonsense and be like, oh, it's just a construct, as if something being a construct means it doesn't actually exist, or as if there's no like biological traits or physical properties that you could use to be like, yeah, that is what it is. That's something we could talk about. The reason why we use boy, girl, men, women, they're categories. They're categories that work. to identify someone. Okay. You can say someone's a woman. They don't have to look like a nice, nice figure, hourglass figure, look like a hot blonde, bombshell. Okay. They don't have to look like that. They could look like literally an Among Us character and still be a woman. All right. Anyway, let me know what you think. What you thought about this in the comment section down below. Y'all take it easy, and let's try to keep it real here. All right, let's try to keep it real. That's what we're doing here.